pages of scripture and history are filled with bigger-than-life tales of heroes like David and Esther who rescue God's people. But what about you and me? What can we do? Who is a rescuer? Let us find inspiration in the words of Jesus in Matthew 25. Whatever you have done for the least of these, you have done unto me. Very simply, a rescuer is anyone who says yes to God's call to help those in need.
I want to dedicate this to Vika. We became like family to her. We didn't know how it's going to happen. And I was thinking, okay, we put a table on the street. We do it. We just have to do it.
We need to announce.
The Red Carpet Nail Center, the name of it, the Lord told us that the women will walk on the red carpet to meet the King of Kings and sit at his table. In the beginning, we had to earn their trust. They were suspicious. They thought we want to use them. And this is their life story. They have been used since they were little children. We had a group from Holland that volunteered here. And when they heard that Vika was a pianist when she was a little child, they bought the keyboard for her. Every time Vika would come, she could play and just have a memory of good times in her life. We were making food at home, bringing it, and going into the streets, inviting the women to come. And this is how it started about 4.5 years ago. As a child, I remember this area. This is where we used to get our buses. Somehow it became a pocket of multi-problems in our society. You see the big buildings, the high-techs, and then you see the lower city, while there is richness and then the poor are suffering. There's no big solutions for them, or they're disturbing society. They say now in Israel there is about 12,000 prostitutes. 95% of it are women, 5% are men. 11% of it are teenagers. 14 nations just here of refugees. The women in prostitution, the pimps, drug dealers, homeless, it's a pocket. So we wanted to have a place right here. Born is very special, and we want to show it that they're special. My daughter is making the cakes and is baking for us every time. They are treated as they're not human, and it's honoring them and giving them respect. We do cuts and coloring. We provide food to feed them. They take shower. We buy them underwear and give them socks, listen to their stories, pray for them, and we send them to rehabilitation centers. We are called to, in a way, watch them and help them come out of here so they will be truly protected and not abused over and over. Many of them are coming so beaten and abused. Vika is one of the reasons that we will continue. She couldn't believe that people are praying for her, thinking about her, and caring for her. We loved her very much. She was just like a model, all the time getting clothes and changing and getting everything. You know, she used to go out so happy. We all fell in love with her. They come so dirty and they go out clean and with clean clothes. They feel human. They need to feel human. This is what Jesus would do. if you would come here today, you will find the Samaritan woman right here, Mary Magdalene right here. He wouldn't go to our churches, I'm sorry to say that, but he would come here to the homeless and the needy. My last moment with Vika was when she was lying on the sofa, and now I'm going to cry. I was just singing over her, praising the Lord. I sensed the presence of God with us. Vika was very quiet. She was just crying and crying. I felt God is doing something, and I felt like I don't want to disturb her with questions. Vika, why are you crying? I just let go of these moments. The next day we came to the center to open. We heard that Vika died from overdose, and it was very difficult to receive it, to accept it, because she's so vivid and lively and sweet and part of us. This is what Jesus did with the Samaritan woman. He had a special meeting only with her, to talk to her, to minister to her, and her life was changed. It's him. It's him. This is him. It's not anything about us. Life on earth would be different if more people would come and touch people that are in need. This is a dedication for Vika. We are a last-minute call for many of them. Many died already. Many were praying to receive the Lord before they died. Some of them will go to rehabilitation centers, but some will die. They're so sick with STD and other diseases that they will not make it. But they will make it to heaven if there will be those that will pray for them and with them. We will meet her in heaven. And yes, as long as we can, we have to be here for them.
The Bible is full of rescuers. God called Moses to save the Israelites from Egypt. He sent Jonah to save the people of Nineveh. He chose David to save the Israelites from countless enemies. And then in the greatest rescue mission of all, he sent Jesus to save the world of sin and death. But he didn't stop there. God has called every believer to partner with him in his rescue mission. We can find sound instruction in the book of Isaiah. Help the oppressed, defend the cause of orphans, fight for the rights of widows. These are the causes close to God's heart, and we can take them up wherever we are. We are his hands, his feet, and his voice to the world. We are God's rescuers. I leave you with a psalm penned by King David, a blessing over the city, and indeed a prayer for Israel. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May they prosper who love you. May peace be within your walls, and prosperity within your palaces. For the sake of my brothers and friends, I will now say, may peace be within you. For the sake of the house of the Lord our God,